Alright, what's going on, everybody? So, today we're talking sacred sexuality. This one is coming because I was asked a few questions about the difference in sexuality. Like my last video talked about how we share energy, how different things in our life can show up based on how our energy is. This goes a lot of metaphysics, this goes a lot of spirituality, and what sacred sexuality is. And I get this from how older societies in the past, sex was looked at with a lot more of a deep respect. It was looked at with more consciousness, and not like compared to now, it's just thrown around. We just engage in it without really thinking more in depth about it. We say that common sense is not common any longer. We say that, people just do whatever without really thinking of repercussions and consequences. That can get us into trouble. So the topic arises of sacred sexuality. So what makes something sacred? Sacred is really our perspective of something, our relationship with something that can give us power, that can give us potential growth, expansion, or if we have a bad relationship with it, anything. Caffeine, it can be anything. It can be an herb, a plant, it can be a relationship, just how important we give something. And it can empower us, or it can enrich our lives, or it can drain us, it can hurt us, it can damage us. So sex has lost its sacredness, its significance, and because of that, it's just being tossed around unconsciously. And that's where the issue may arise, when it's unconscious and dealt with in an irresponsible manner. So I brought this up a little bit in the last video. Responsibility is key. So not to make this video too long, I'm going to cover a few points. I look at sex very similar to the chakras. The higher you go, the more connection, higher energy, and different our experience is. And similar to the hierarchy of needs. The hierarchy of needs. And the basic is survival, food, and the higher you have self-realization, you have a lot more spiritual connection, divinity, and more in touch with yourself, deeper connection, higher expression, higher creativity. So I look at sex in the similar way. The lower nature of sex can be very simple, having our needs met, just out of pleasure, out of lust, compared to the higher connection. When two people get together, they can actually bring their energies together, the masculine and feminine, in such a beautiful way to enrich both of their lives with intention, with vulnerability, with intuition, with deep presence and awareness that can bring their energies up and allow their life to blossom in a different way. Not to get so poetic, but the energy that we have, similar to when we talk about spirituality and engaging our energies, that will help us move forward in life. Sexual energy, spiritual energy, this is where the sacredness comes. If we do it in a conscious, with deep intention, we can actually enrich both parties' life when it comes to sex, when it comes to spirituality. You can engage these energies that will guide and push forward in each other's lives. Success, career, finance, deep relationships, learning about oneself. Sexuality is a very deep spiritual, a gateway to a deep understanding of oneself, self knowledge, and to transcend the basics of life, just the mundane day to day, the mundane. No connection, walking around deep connection, because a lot of us may have lost this connection, and sexuality, if done in a conscious way, can bring about deep connection and union. And the last couple things, points I wanted to make is how there's nothing casual about sex. Nowadays in society, it's just very casual, just sleep around, but we don't understand what we're doing. This is sex unconsciously, and we're connecting these energetic cords with these people that may not have our best interests. So we're giving away our energy to these people without actually empowering our lives, because sacred sexuality, is very empowering to one's life if done in a conscious way. So practicing sex in a conscious way can actually change us and help us heal. It can help us heal. It can help us connect deeper and get rid of traumas as well. It's a lot more of a practice and a meditation to help someone transcend and move beyond.